Okay, this is another episode of What You Strappin'. Sorry for the shakiness. Come on, focus. And today I have my Steinhardt Ocean 39 GMT 500. This is a great watch, really. It's been one of the best performing movements I've had right out of the box. I mean, this barely budges a second or two, plus a second or two a day. Very, very consistent. Been very happy with it, and I love the new 39 millimeter size from the previous 42, which was also in titanium before, which I didn't like. I tried it twice because I really like the design, but that titanium finish is just, it's a little bit dull, kind of grayish, as a lot of titanium can be. But the problem with that one was that it was kind of all over the finishing. Like the case would have one kind of finishing, and then the bracelet would have a different kind of finishing and tone to it, and especially the clasp that came on the bracelet, the titanium, that was like really matte, and I think it was darker or lighter. Maybe it was darker. Anyways, it just wasn't very cohesive. Versus this, the stainless steel and the oyster bracelet that comes with, and I did get a Jubilee from Steinhardt, which looks pretty cool on this as well. All the silver matches, and in general, stainless steel is easier to match than excuse me, let me aim this down slightly. It's easier to match than titanium with straps and just sort of general attire, because the utilitarian look of titanium isn't all that. And I really didn't find a noticeable difference in the titanium build in terms of lightness. And besides, I like my watches to have a little more heft anyway, so yeah, that didn't do it for me. But I'm glad they made this. And it's just on an Erica's original MN strap, similar to what you find from NDC straps, which I think they are supposedly the official makers, or they use the real parachute material, military parachute material for their straps. But I swear they said Erica does as well, but it seems like they're practically identical in build. You have more customized features with Erica's in terms of the colors. You got, like, this one is Black Ops because it's black. They have Sahara, I think. It's just like a tan color, sand color. Trident, which is navy. It's a dark navy. And what's the other one? The Mirage. Yeah, this is a gray, which I've had the Mirage and the Trident before in other watches. And you can customize the hardware, brushed, polished, I think bead blasted, PVD. You can get it in brass. Not brass. Bronze, which is great because it'll patina with if you have a bronze watch. And it should match the bronze that has a CUSN8 kind of alloy mixture, which is a bit more coppery, reddish, versus some. Let me put this on. Versus some other bronze watches, which uses something that looks more brass and yellow like, which it's not bad, but I prefer a more rose gold or copper look myself. And here it is on my wristwatch check for today. Took some snaps, and yeah, so what I did with this one, I always like brushed finishing out of anything. Just plain stainless steel. Don't really like high polish. It'll scratch up and show up. And it just looks more sporty and utilitarian with a brush finish. But I got mine with the Black Ops with this 20 millimeters with a blue stripe, and the accent color. I was going to go white to go with this or some others, but I figure a light gray would be kind of nice to match steel, and it's kind of light enough anyways to be related to, like, a highlight color off of this, even though this is white. Yeah, I don't think it's too off then. Yeah, so you can, these can be a little bit fiddly to put on, and you want to be careful you don't release this accidentally, because if it's elastic, and it could potentially whip around if you're not careful, and then depending on the sling, smack your case, your bezel, and or your crystal. So that's one thing you have to make sure you got a good grip of. And I'm going to do a strap video to compare all the straps of this type, NATO's, Zulu's, something from Watch Stewart and Erica's, just to show you the pros and cons. But yeah, you gotta hook this in here. This is a little tricky. What I found is you gotta have some good fingers, a little bit of dexterity. It's just, I take this end here, and what I do is I just kind of pull it up enough so that this can slip in. It's kind of hard to see, but basically at the same motion as I'm putting this near that hook. Oh, see, gotta be careful. Put this near this spot right here. I'm gonna lift it up just enough so that it's right in line to this slip right in, and then just kind of take a little tug just to make sure this loop here is evened out and secure. I don't like to wear it too tight. You can make it tighter because this is elastic, but I don't want to wear out the elasticity, and generally I don't want my wrist. It doesn't need to be that tight around my wrist. So yeah, I think it's a great match. Probably work with other watches I have with black or some sort of blue accents on it. But that's basically it. So I think it wears really nicely. Single pass underneath, and the only thing about these is you can't switch them out like you can regular NATO's or even Zulus with a single pass, because this is a completely closed system. So you do have to have spring bars to basically fit this on, and then you put the spring bars on afterwards, and then you know, fit it and make it into the place that you want. I like to move this so that this buckle ends up on this side or just below by my wrist, somewhere there, and somewhere between that and see how there's hardware there. So it's both of them are basically on either side of the wrist. This keeper or latch system here, and this piece is on this side. You see what I mean? So it looks kind of balanced to me that way. But wear it however you like. I guess that's about it in terms of features. These run about, starting off roughly $50, a little over $50 for your basic, nothing fancy, standard stainless steel hardware. Even with the loom center stripe version, that doesn't add any cost. But once you start, like, you wanted like a special print on there, or like PVD or bronze hardware, that will add up the cost to closer to almost like $90 or something like that. Which I've only done once for my bronze watch. Thought it was worth it. It looked great with it, but it is pricey, but they are worth it, because I do prefer a single pass basically underneath the watch. Keeps it lower. Seems flexible and durable enough. It's comfortable. I like the way this hardware looks. Actually, it just looks good. I don't like too many fancy. I'm not really into the Bond style, where they have the two even lines going down the side. I guess kind of in the middle. It's like say the black, gray, black, gray, black. Those look okay, but I find it so boring. I don't know why. It doesn't seem to work with me as much as just a simple color down the middle. I think it looks better to me. What else can I say about this? Yeah, look out for a video I'm going to put up with comparing, again, Erica's original. It's essentially like NDC straps. Watch Stewart, which I really like. Havaston, also I very much like, and compared it to like your standard NATO's, and see the pros and cons and all that stuff, and why I like which one. Okay, cool. Thank you. Laters.